Let's go for a ride. You are watching CycleCruza's all-in-one motorcycle channel. Subscribe today.
You know, I already did a video on why new riders should not start on a 600cc Super Sport. So, for this video, this is for the idiots that think that question whether they should start on a liter bike or not. A 1000cc SuperBike. Yes, there are some potential riders out there, you know, wondering if they can start on a liter bike. Well, let me tell you this, guys. First off, don't do it. Don't be stupid. You'll hear some established riders will tell you, oh, get the fastest bike you can. You know, that way you don't have to go through the bullshit of getting a 250, the 600. You go right to the top, cut to the chase, go straight to the liter bike. And it's all about controlling the power. It's all in your wrist, that's all. You know, be careful on the throttle and you'll do fine. You know, yeah, it's easy for them to say because they've been riding for a long time and they worked their way up, you know. And now it's easy for them, so they're just telling new riders they don't give a shit about their welfare. You know, they don't give a shit. They don't give a shit if they crash and die. You know, they just, I guess for them to get cool points to say, yeah, let the new riders start on a liter bike. And then the new riders are like, yeah, you're cool, dude. Most people tell us to start on a 250. Fuck a 250, it's too slow, man. I'm going for a liter bike. You know, I want to be cool out here on the streets, man. I want to look cool on a fast bike, man. I don't want to be on no little bike. Ain't no girl's gonna talk to me on no little 250cc motorcycle. I'm gonna tell you guys, stop thinking with your dicks, okay? Because women don't give a fuck about what you're riding, all right? You could be riding a Ninja 250 and they'll think you're riding a SuperBike. They don't know the difference, man. You know, they don't give a shit if you're riding. Now, if you're riding a scooter, they may chuckle as you're riding by. You know, big ass dude riding a scooter, which is, like I said, don't worry about what people think. You know, it's all about your riding experience. You know, but let me tell you this, guys. I mean, focus on gaining your skill and actually learning how to ride a motorcycle and building your confidence and skill level, and then working your way up the power class. You know, not only is it dangerous starting on a super bike, but what fun is it if you start on the fastest bike? You've got nothing to look forward to, man. Where else is there to go from a super bike? You know, maybe to another super bike that's just incrementally faster. You know, all of these super bikes are not too far away from each other performance-wise. I mean, it's not like night and day. You know, and for the streets, it doesn't matter, man. I'll tell you, I can tell you from experience because I own both a 600 and a liter bike. And I'll tell you guys, the 600 is way more than you need for the streets, let alone a 1000cc bike. You know, the only reason I got this bike was for the experience and to relay that experience to you guys and to complete the CBR trilogy on my channel. And I also wanted to get a newer bike. And I got this bike for cheaper than a brand new 600cc bike. I got this for $9,300 out the door, as where 600cc's are going for like, you know, $11,000 or more. So, you know, it was a no-brainer to go with the CBR 1000 RR. But I'll tell you guys, you know, the only thing that really makes a super bike, you know, more fun than a 600 out here on public streets is the extra torque that it has. But I'll tell you guys, it's in my opinion, it's not really worth the extra initial cost and the extra insurance that you have to pay. It really isn't, to be honest with you. Just the 600, you get on the throttle a little bit more and you're going just as fast. And what I love about the 600 is that when you crank the throttle, you know, it sounds like you're going faster than you are. Fuck! You know, I'm getting that that eargasm and orgasm from, you know, the speed on the bike. And really, I'm not going all that fast. If you look down at, you know, I'll look down at the throttle, it feels like I'm doing over 100, and I'll look down at the throttle, I'm only doing like 80, 90 miles an hour, but the bike sounds like it's doing 120. But when you're on the 1,000 and you get hard on the throttle, you know, it seems like you're not going all that fast, and you look down and you're doing like 120 plus miles per hour, you know, which you don't want to be doing out here on the public streets, because if you get busted doing, you know, over 120 miles an hour, you're going to be in a shitload of trouble. You're going to have a real fucked up day with the cops. If you get busted, that is. And for those of you, I tell you guys, don't finance a bike. And by buying a 250, starting on the 250, that will allow you to gain skill and confidence, and also save for that faster bike down the road. So within maybe a year or a couple of years, you'll be ready to pay cash for that next faster bike. And I'll tell you, the 250s hold their value very well. So as long as you don't crash the hell out of the bike, or even if you do crash it, fix it up, and I guarantee you'll probably get what you paid for it or more. You know, I bought a brand new CBR 250R, which I don't recommend it. I only lost $400, you know, and I put like 2,500 miles on the bike or something like that. So don't worry, you're not going to lose any money on a 250 unless you're an idiot when you buy the bike. If you look at my buying tips video, you'll get the absolutely, you know, cheapest price for the bike, and you'll be able to resell it for the same price or more. But you know, if I had to do it over again, I wouldn't change anything, man. I really enjoyed my progression going from the 178cc Chinese scooter to the CBR 250R to the CBR 600RR to the CBR 1000RR, and I still love my CBR 600RR. That's why I haven't sold it. I really love having both bikes, and I love riding the 600, you know, just as much as I do this bike, you know. So, you know, it's bullshit for the people that are saying, oh man, the 600s are slow and they're boring. Dude, 600, at least my CBR, the 2008 CBR 600RR is a really, really fun bike. And if you talk to other motovloggers that have the bike or have had the bike, they'll tell you that it's a really fantastic road bike. It's really fun. And and I'll tell you this, guys, you know, with the CBR, this CBR 1000RR, this bike has put me in the check a few times, you know. Sometimes I get careless and I'm coming out of a parking lot and I'll get on the throttle a little bit too much, and you'll get a little bit of that rear tire slide, and it'll wake your ass up, you know. And I've been riding for over 5 years, and sometimes I get careless here and there, and this bike will put you in the check, you know. There's little room for error on the liter bike as opposed to the 600 and the smaller bikes. Even on the 600, there's little room for error compared to the CBR 250R or the 250s or 300s or, you know, slower bikes. So, but I'll tell you guys that, you know, new riders, you have no business being on a liter bike, you know. If you look at all the professional riders, they all started small. They all started on little bikes when they were, you know, and they worked their way up through the power classes, you know. I don't know if there are any professional riders that have just started on a liter bike and raced a liter bike. I don't see how they could, man, you know. Because I'll tell you, you know, on the street, I may be fine riding the CBR 1000RR, but on the track, I'm not worthy of this bike on the track, guys. You know, my skill level, I would be starting out, if I started to get into track riding as a hobby, seriously, I would start back on a 250 on the track and work my way up. And to be honest with you, I probably would never have the skill to really step up to a liter bike on the track. You know, most riders, especially most amateur riders, will never be able to get everything out of a liter bike on the track. You know, it's just, you know, people, you know, the pro riders like Marquez and all, those are the guys that can push these leader bikes and do high rates of speeds around the corner, and even they get their asses handed to them, you know, and they've been riding since they're like 5 years old. You know, look at Marquez. He's crashed a lot of times. Dude, one time he crashed and fell on his head, and he almost lost vision in one of his eyes, man. So they crash too. But you know what? They get paid to crash, and they have insurance policies, and they're millionaires, you know. They're not you, just regular Joes out there, you know, that are just trying to be cool and be on a fast bike, you know. They make a living doing it. You know, basically, you want to have fun, but you want to stay safe. And for new riders out here on the streets, you have no business on a liter bike. Some of you guys may jump on a liter bike or have started on a liter bike or even a Hayabusa or a ZX14R, and you've done fine. But you cannot just tell everybody they should start on a liter bike or a hyper, you know, a hyper sport, a ZX14R, a Hayabusa. It would be irresponsible of you to do that, because everybody doesn't have the same natural ability, you know, starting out on a motorcycle. It takes some people just riding a 250 for a few years to work themselves up to getting a faster bike, you know. So it's just safe to, that's why I tell everybody, just start on the small bike. It's the safe way to go, and it's really the best statement to give to everybody. Start small and work your way up. And like I said, it's fun looking forward to the next bike, you know, the next bike that you're gonna get. And that, you know, even if you start on a liter bike, you know, you're still gonna want another bike of some sort. You're gonna end up getting bored after a while. Not bored, but you're just gonna want something new. And what fun is it? You're on the fastest bike. Like, what else is there to go to? Just like I said, another liter bike, you're not going to gain all that much extra power, especially out here on the streets, you know. So it's really, you know, be smart. Start on a small bike. That's all I have for you guys, you know. But you know what? At the end of the day, you can do whatever the hell you want to do. It's your life, you know. I just want to help save some potential riders from a lot of, you know, harm to themselves. I don't want to see you guys end up dead, you know, or crippled. You know, it's not a joke playing around here on the streets. It really isn't, man. But hey guys, that's all I have for you, man. So if you enjoyed this video, check out my website at CycleCruza.com. and check out my other videos. Click on the menu bar, My Videos, and I have a bunch of different playlists there, and I have all my videos sorted out, so go check that out. But hey guys, I wish you all a happy new year for 2015. So until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Deuces.
Welcome to CycleCruza's Click to Go links. Just click on the pictures below to go to my recommended videos and my social media sites. Also, don't forget to visit my blog and store at CycleCruza.com. If you have any trouble clicking on these links, they are also provided in the info section of this video. Thank you, and subscribe today. Check out my new channel where I talk about anything and everything, not just motorcycle related. CycleCruza MotoVlog.